This is Rhema. I'm John Peachy. My guest on the phone is Lynn Patterson, a.k.a. Red, and we're here talking about his solo kayaking journey, 5,000-kilometre journey around New Zealand. And I wanted to ask you about the mental prep for this journey. Is that even a greater kind of a skill to handle?
It is, because there's only, and I trained a lot of, 90% of my time was solo, so that when I was having a bad day and I couldn't get myself out there, I had to convince myself to go. It was only ever me that could get myself out there on the water or get up at when the alarm went off. So that was the mental preparation. And going back to the foundation that I've joined myself with, the Mental Health Foundation, it's all about mentally dealing with how you have up and down days as well, and how I worked alongside my son and tried to mentor him and show people how strong you have to be as a support person to anybody dealing with mental health or depression.
That's right, and that was really leading on. You kind of stole my thunder because that was leading on to the next
Sorry.
question. No, not at all. I think you've done it beautifully. The question is, why would someone do it? And it's not just for your own personal satisfaction, or tick that off your bucket list. You're doing it with a very direct and wonderful purpose, and that is to raise some money for the Mental Health Foundation and draw attention to some of these issues. So this is a personal story for you.
Yeah, it is a personal story, and it's become far more of a personal journey. Just recently, I had a moment where the weather had been bad, and you start to doubt whether you are getting the weather readings right, or whether you're just starting to get, using the term, I was thinking I was starting to be made of sugar. And getting a little bit soft, and I sat for a long time in some sand dunes and grass and looked at that ocean and was just like, I can't understand why I can't put myself on the water today. I don't understand the feelings I've got at the moment, but I just had to go with those feelings and sort of remove myself from where I was for a day and go and do something else and refocus. And that's going back to anybody, either a support person to mental health or someone who is having depression. Is just remove yourself from what is tormenting you for the day and go and do something that will put a smile on your face, whether go on a flying fox, a swing, I don't know, just do something, do handstands.
Yeah, that's right. Just do something, and I think it's a wonderful thing. And of course, the important story about mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, far now supporting people through depression, through difficult mental health issues is so important, isn't it? And having an understanding, and often that is the untold story, is the people who are there to support. So your journey is bringing light to that whole support subject.
That's exactly right. And the more I go around and the more people I talk to, I would say every person I talk to along the way knows someone has been a support person along the way. And going back to talking about stories, the support crew that I have are going to have a massive story to tell, as well as being a support person for me along the way. So, yeah, it is. It is an amazing thing to do. And it also shows how strong you have to be as a support person. You don't realise it when you're in the midst of what you're doing because you're just surviving as well. But this is showing how strong I have and have become mentally through my journey.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, there's just so many benefits to it. And I think statistically speaking, it's about a 5,000-kilometre journey. Is that right?
It is around about 5,000. I think I'm being kind to myself. I think it may be a little bit more than that, but if I say 5,000, I can work on that.
Yeah, well, I mean, to quote a number of famous people, "Are you mad, woman?" I mean, it's a huge journey, isn't it? I mean, what a remarkable vision you must have to do this, because I mean, it shows not just the physical ability but the mental ability to stay on track, and I'm sure not every day is a wonderful mirror pond with the sun shining and the fish jumping and the melodies playing in the background. I mean there'd be days when it's like, this is a grey, tough day to get back into that skirt and that kayak and grab that paddle.
Yeah, there are days, absolutely, and there have been very challenging moments down some of the coastline past Gisborne going into Wairoa. Mahanga Beach, Surf Beach was a huge challenge. And yes, there are days where you've got walls of water coming from the ocean and you've got a wall of water to try and land on a beach. It's not always like a calm Hahe beach or something like that. It can be very wild. It can be very heart racing, and you go, what am I doing out here? And those are the moments when you have to respect nature. And as I've got further down the coastline, listen to the locals, listen to them saying, respect this coastline because it can be dangerous. And I want to complete the journey. I don't want to be foolish and crazy to go out there when there's a chance that I may have to be rescued. I don't want that to happen.
No, that's right. We could talk about the definition of crazy on another occasion when you finish the journey.
Okay.
Yeah, no, fair enough too. I often wonder about someone like yourself who's doing something like this. There must be, I would imagine, with that time on the water, with that time to think, there must be another project that you're thinking, okay, I've done this, or I'm about to finish this. Then there must be something else. I mean, is there another river to row, a mountain to cross? I mean, there must be something else that you're thinking, I'm capable now of doing all manner of things.
When I get to the top of the West Coast, I will start thinking. Yes, I have ideas and things bubbling, but I don't even dare look up any further than what I have written on the whiteboard every morning of what I need to achieve, and that's how I've trained for this, and that's how it's bite-sized pieces. As soon as you look up and you see a huge number in front of you, you see a huge obstacle, it starts to be harder. So I've got these little goals, like when I get to Wellington and touch Wellington, that's fantastic. I get across the Cook Strait and I will celebrate. So yes, there are a couple of other things I would like to achieve, but when I get to the top of the West Coast, then I might be smiling a little bit more and think, yes, it's downhill now.
Yeah, well, that's right. Absolutely, you can see the end is in sight, but at the moment, Cape Palliser is in sight, which is a beautiful thing. And I guess there's a lighthouse, I think, at the end of Cape Palliser. So
I passed the lighthouse. It was amazing.
Oh, well, that's good. Yeah, my brain does work, so I think I do remember that. So
that's right. Yeah, the Cape was beautiful. I had the most amazing sunny day yesterday. It was glorious and calm, and spoke to lots of crayfish fishermen there. I did, and weaved my way around there. It was tranquil and like a pond, really. Yesterday, and got some amazing photographs. And I should have probably pushed another 25 k's across the bay like yesterday afternoon, but thought the weather would hold it, but it hasn't. So next time I'll be made to stay on the water 12 hours instead of only 10. I
know, punish yourself. No, very good. So people can follow your journey because they can go to, and I'm make sure I get this correct, it's Reds, Redz, nzjourney.com, and they can read your blog, they can see some of the photographs, they can see your progress because it's charted on the it's kind of like a GPS plotter thing there going on, and they can follow your journey, and of course, as importantly, they can hit the donate button and support what is an absolutely valuable cause, and that is the Mental Health Foundation, and helping people who are going through difficult times, and helping those who are helping them too, I guess.
Absolutely, and they can also as easily text Reds NZ to 2446 as well, and they just do an automatic donation of $3, which is everything helps along the way.
Oh, okay, so they just text Reds NZ, okay, to 2446. Man, that's easy, isn't it?
It's fairly easy, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. And as you say, everything helps. And coming up until Christmas and New Year, it's a really hard time for people who are, not with family, who are having issues. Sometimes this tends to be quite a bad time of the year for people.
Well, absolutely. So the lady who's known as Red, and she, I think the fishermen know her as Flash, maybe whipping through there in a kayak. And as I said, on her birth certificate it says Lynn Patterson. So look, Lynn, fantastic, and I wish you all the very best for the journey. And I can tell you, I admire you sitting in my very safe studio. What an amazing thing you're doing, and I hope you raise truckloads of cash for the cause, and that people really get in behind you and cheer when they see you and come out to greet you when you come ashore. And and good on you for doing what you're doing.
Oh, thank you very much. And I do have a spare kayak on my roof if you would like to come and paddle anytime, John. It's there for people to use. It's a little bit lighter than mine.
Really?
So
Goodness.
on the calmer days where you want to come along for 20 minutes, you're most welcome to
Well,
come and find me.
That is very tempting. My only question is do you have a tow rope between the two kayaks? Because I might need some assistance. But you know what? That sounds like a challenge worth taking up.
Okay, I look forward to seeing you on the water and touch base with anybody anytime, and they can text us on our crew phone, which is the number that you've got dealing with Nat, and anytime we're happy to have a chat and have a coffee or whatever with them along the way.
Fantastic. Well, be safe, and again, blessings on you, and have a very Merry Christmas, and be safe, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, bye.
Bye bye now.